1 month. There's literally 1 month left until I move to my first clinical. So I am moving from where I am at now, Durham, North Carolina. I'm moving to Charleston, South Carolina. Not too far, but this made me come to the realization that I really need to pare down the things that I have. And the first thing I want to start with is my clothes. My clothes, my shoes, so on and so forth, those types of things. I've always had this idea, generally, like I always feel inclined to kind of just simplify my life in one way, shape, or form. And this is one way. It kind of gives me an excuse to do so. I obviously moved across country from California to here, but of course, the things that I brought and the things that I purchased since then have obviously accrued to a certain amount. And I'm really trying to pare it down because I'll be moving to Charleston for 4 months. I'll be moving to Knoxville for 5-6 months or so. And then I plan to move again, maybe after a year, maybe after a couple months. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen post grad, but I want to be able to travel light. And I don't want to have to pay for storage either. So I'm going to start the simplification of my things now. So how am I going to go about either keeping stuff, selling stuff, throwing away stuff, or giving away stuff? I obviously can't just go about it all willy-nilly, because then how would I know what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of? So generally speaking, I'm going to count how many items I have, and then I'm just going to arbitrarily make a number. So let's say I have 500 pieces. I'm going to try to get 250 pieces into my wardrobe and keep that as the maximum. I made those numbers up. The actual number I have in my head is no matter how many items I have, if I can get between 100 and 150 pieces, again, it doesn't really matter the number. The point is to kind of narrow it down. And if I find out that I only have 150 pieces or only have 100 pieces, then I'm going to just come up with a number arbitrarily to kind of just pare myself down. So the first thing I'm going to do is take everything out and assess what I have. From there, I'm going to take some approaches that I have learned about from researching what minimalism is and how people go about it, how they declutter, what they decide to buy or keep, and just kind of start sorting things that way. The biggest one I'm going to really focus on is, have I worn it recently? Is it just an excessive amount of one thing that I don't need, and I'll prioritize those. Even if I wear it more often than, let's say, 90 days, I'm going to figure that number out in a minute here. So those are the two big things I'm going to focus on. And then also, is what I have enjoyable to wear? I'll give you one quick example before we go down to actually starting to do the thing. Is if I have a pair of pants, they might look nice. They might be valuable in the sense that, like, if I have to wear like a collared shirt for my clinical or work or whatever, even if it's valuable that way, is it comfortable to me? Do I feel like it looks good on me? Does it actually, the materials feel good? Are they high quality? And I'm kind of gonna pare things down that way too. Those are just some of the simple things that I'm gonna do. So now let's go ahead and get to the decluttering. There we go. All right. So I'm just gonna try to lay things out. Maybe kind of some categories: shorts and pants, t-shirts, collared shirts, socks, underwear, so on and so forth. Organize, and then I'm gonna start making decisions. So let's see how it goes. All right, I got done pulling out everything I could. Not everything will be pictured because I either can't find them right now or they're at the dry cleaners. So let's get started. All right, shoes, socks, underwear. What's next? All right, so we have pants, shorts, workout shorts, pair of sweats and joggers, dress pants, and then my suit is at the dry cleaner. So we got all the bottoms done. Let's go to tops. All right. No t-shirts yet, but we got short sleeve button downs, or sorry, short sleeve button ups, long sleeve button ups, lots of polos, a flannel, a Niners jersey, sweatshirts, hoodies, you know, cotton variety type stuff. We have raincoats and jackets. Let's clear this out for the t-shirts because that needs its own frame. All right. All right. Big stack of t-shirts. I don't really have too much else left to show, so I might just wrap it up and meet you back up there. All right. All right. So I obviously showed you pretty much everything I have. A couple different categories just to give you an idea. My calculations, about 220 pieces, including what I'm wearing right now, plus a couple items that I didn't get to show you, but no big deal, right? You get the picture. I'm gonna try to go from the 220, and I arbitrarily in my head, before I even started this, when I was just telling Nancy the idea, I'm gonna try to get down to 100 items. And I can think of a handful of things just going through everything right now that I already know are gonna be out from my Martin fans. Yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff that I already know I'm gonna get rid of, but I know towards the whatever below like 140-ish, I'm just gonna have to like really like, it won't be like hard for me, but I'll want to do it a lot less at that point with certain items. I just already know myself. But the goal, 100 items. There's no significance. It just sounds nice to me in my head. So 220 to 100, obviously 120 items. Probably not gonna be any of my hats, just because I wear those intermittently. And I should be better about that, but I just like wearing hats. I haven't done that a lot in grad school, but I used to wear them a lot, and I imagine myself wearing them a lot after graduation and stuff like that. Not during work, but you get the picture. Anyway, a couple things to mention. I did not include masks. I might have missed a couple things. No big deal. This is just for the exercise, not for the actual specific numbers and giving away stuff or whatever whatever, right? So I'm not going to show you everything that I am going to either sell, donate, or throw away, but I do want to tell you my thought process about that. The first thing is I'm going to sell anything that I think I can get, you know, $10 or more after like eBay fees and shipping. Basically, that's kind of just my arbitrary, if I can get a little bit of money out of it, that I think that might add up a little bit. Do all that first. Next, anything else that I hadn't already thought I would sell, I'm just gonna basically donate most of that, probably like 99% of it. But if there's something that's like just, I got a couple shirts, like undershirts that are like extremely stained, or if a sock has a hole in it or anything like that, I'm just gonna toss it or recycle it or figure out how I need to get rid of that. But basically that's how I'm gonna categorize and get rid of all that stuff. So, you know, like I said, going off to clinicals, hopefully traveling at least a little bit from there, trying to pare things down. I found this exercise is valuable for myself, let alone just sharing with you. But for myself, I already feel it. It's already nice just to lay everything out and hopefully start getting rid of things. So I'm gonna end the video here. Hopefully this was helpful. If you want to go ahead and follow us, we are the DBT Duo on Instagram. That's where we are most active. You can subscribe here, or We are on Twitter. We're trying to be better about that, but anyway, start a conversation with us, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, I lied. I said that I was done with the video, but I just wanted to show you my progress. So where we left off, I had 220 items. The goal was to get to 100 items, which means 120 I have to get rid of some way. But I'm just gonna show you the bags first. Bag one, ugh, pretty good, pretty hefty. Bag two, ugh, pretty hefty. And then bag three, smaller but still hefty. All right, so number of items I'm getting rid of currently is 95. Goal was 120, but pretty happy with it. Like now the amount of stuff I have already, it feels much more manageable. So that leaves me grand total, doing math, 95, 25 over. So I got 125. I have 125 items that I'm keeping. That's not to say I'm going to continue to keep these things as I move to each place, but I think I'm in a good spot where I can kind of wear out some of these t-shirts or what have you, and kind of pare down as I need. But overall, that was fun. All right, the video's ending for sure now. All right, so we'll see you next time.